All right, back again. I'm testing a little different approach here to try to see if I have a good scale on this. Move back a little bit and readjust things just to kind of bring us good scope here. All right. Well, I've covered over parts of what basically my message so far has been that so many people have been blaming previous generations, the boomers, for example, insofar as the plight that they face now. Blame the president as far as to doing the things that he's doing now, which actually there's a sinister force that has been operating for decades, maybe even centuries, that have taken over an awful lot of what we do. There's ways of coping, and I am here now to try to present something that would be in a little way of coping, and hopefully over a period of time these things can build into something that would be of beneficial use for those of whom that would be, I guess, willing to address this. Today, I'm going to go into how to sign your signature without liability. And I'm going to go through an overview and some points dealing with law, and then the actual how to sign to make it so that you would find it relevant, because what we're dealing with today seems to be an electronic signing type of a thing, where you go in and you use your finger and you got to blah, 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 like that, and that's considered your signature. It hasn't been used for centuries that way. Suddenly now, with electronic stuff and email and all of that, you can type in your name and that's considered your signature. Well, there's a hidden liability to that is taken away from you when you just sign it that way. And I'll get into this so that as to help elucidate what it is that you lose by not doing it old school. And for certain things, like for mortgages, for example, something that's going to go for like 30, 40 years of your life, you don't want to be just typing in your name or signing, finger like that to be representing what it is that you're up against, what you're going to be paying for a long period of time, for the long term. And you may want to do this for the modern ways of purchasing cars nowadays, which that might change an awful lot due to the fact that their engineering has just gone into past the ozone. And so we're looking at starting to have prices of cars going up into six figures. For me, that was the price of a very nice house back in the 1970s. But that's a bygone time. Anyway, how to sign your signature without liability with the overview. Big Brother's master plan to subjugate the entire human race is utterly dependent on people continuing to volunteer and finance their own enslavement. Think about that. Without such largesse from the public, the chosen masters face certain calamity and exposure for their crimes. Heretofore, system operatives have been overwhelmingly successful at duping unwitting victims into volunteering for virtually every kind of financial hell imaginable. And make no mistake, it is purely voluntary. The system is working exactly as it is designed to do, and the chroniclers of chaos proudly trumpet their statistics as they inch forward in their dreams of total world domination. Well, okay, these are concepts that might seem rather fantastic, but essentially, over the time, a lot of that has happened to us. Uh, they're talking about now in a time period that is 2002. Okay, bankruptcy filings reach record 1.5 million. New York, bankruptcy filings surged 19% to a record 1.5 million last year as businesses and consumers struggled under heavy debt loads during the economic slowdown. Now, there are certainly bankruptcies occurring in the present day, and this is from USA Today, February 20th, 2002. Consumer bankruptcies, which accounted for 97% of all filings, jumped 19%, while business bankruptcies rose 13%, according to data released Tuesday by the Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts. It is no coincidence that the introduction and popularity of the real estate board game Monopoly parallels the history of the money changers' financial conquest of America, culminating with its copyright by Parker Brothers in 1935. The same time that we converted over from a substance, gold-backed currency, to a belief credit-backed currency, the game's logo even confesses the caricature of a white, mustachioed English banker, complete with top hat, tails, and cane. The objective in the board game of Monopoly is to drive into bankruptcy all other players, an arrangement otherwise known as tontine wagering scheme, and so it is in real life. If you examine the nature of economics in America today, and that was even back then, we're talking about something that we're referring to even what's happening now. You'll see that everyone is competing for the same rationed amount of Monopoly money. I just want to interject here. Just one moment here.